As you see here, I have a dragonfly and a quahog shell for the tail. What influenced me to create this piece was back home in Oak Springs, Arizona. I would see dragonflies as a boy, and you just come across different types of plant life and insects back home. Those are kind of the different styles that I portray in my artwork and my art pieces. So I'm always trying to look for different types of natural occurrences to help me with these things.
My real name is Gallantos, which means she plants gardens. And her mother had this name, and it was passed down to me. And that name is really important to me, and I've spent my lifetime trying to figure out what it means. And obviously, you can physically plant a garden, but I also think you plant seeds in people. Ideas, encouragement, support, all of that conversation you have with people, I think, is also planting.
But it is a picture taken perhaps around 1919 here on the Oneida Indian Reservation. It is showing my grandmother, Lucy Elm. She was taken from her home on September 19th, 1895, and sent to the Carlisle School, not allowed to come home until July 1st, 1901. The little girl in the middle of the three is my mother.
I myself have been dancing and moving since I was born, as all of you have, so it's naturally in us to find our healthy comfort in the ability to express ourselves through movement.
So who taught me and influenced me? I would say everyone around me, but specifically it's Kamil Zarin, is one of my friends. He's from Iran, and his artworks are of paintings in the impressionist style. And at the moment, I'm learning batik making from Ariane King Comer. Her knowledge and ancestry comes from African American, and she learned her techniques from Nigeria, where she traveled to. So, for example, this shirt, in a way, it's not stamping and it's not shibori or tie-dye, which is a technique in batik. It's really using a sponge that acts like a brush.
My biggest influencer is my Aunt Kathleen. She had me beading when I was a little bitty girl, and she moved away when I was 10 years old, so I stopped beading, and I didn't pick it up until about 6 years ago, and she started me back up. So I've been doing that.
A long time ago, my cousin was showing me all these things that she got passed, that someone passed down to her, like things that they made, the crafts that they made a long time ago. And I said, I don't have anything to show. I don't have anything like that. She goes, Fern, you have to start making it, and then you could pass it down. And I said, okay, I'm gonna do that. And that's why I started doing basket making.
I'm flying as if though I have the words, they say good day. That means I'm flying. I never knew other than that because I made a book with my fam. There it is now, we know what the grass is. They say nothing other than waving. Other than another word just to say, here it is now, I go one waving. Look at one.
Regalia, applique, skirts. But my main medium is beading, and I love the fringe earrings.
Then I started learning stuff to make out of natural materials, and I fell in love with it. I'm like, I ain't going back. I like making those, but I love making these.
And I love doing pottery and sculpture with clay, anything with clay really. And so I like doing high fire and low fire clay, and I can't focus on one thing, so I'm trying to, I do a wide variety. So this one would be on the wheel. It's a low fire with underglazes. These are sculptures that are hand built that I learned from Pete Jones. And these are also on the wheel, but these are high fired, highly functional. You can put them in the oven, microwave. And I like to think of pottery as a function.
So that teaches a lot of different things about responsibility, things that we need to be focused on, and to make sure that what we're doing isn't going to hurt somebody else.
The influences that I received throughout my lifetime are from my grandmothers, my great aunts, my great grandmothers. One in particular who was blind and she only spoke Ojibwe language, but she was able to braid rugs out of rags. She'd take them apart and braid them, and that's how she got her income to supplement her living expenses.
No matter what type of art form I'm using, I'm always trying to harness inspiration from the natural environment, inspiration from birthing, from growth, even from death. And while I'm doing all of this, trying to honor the inherent right of women, that's something that over time, knowledge of that has been diminished. And I would really like to rekindle that fire and bring it back to the forefront of our culture and our community.
So when someone tells me to be quiet or watch what I say, I use humor and I use my voice in a way that helps me, that protects me, that gives me the ability to say what I feel, what I think, what I need, because us as Native women have not had a voice for a very long time. And so that is empowering for myself and my story and my journey. I keep climbing higher with this ancestral fire. And I say this because I'd rather hear laughter, and I want to start a new chapter. And I have this cultural belief. I'll scream until I feel relief, and so I lay down this grief. And you'll hear my war cry as I scream Native pride until I die. Woo!